Ever since I was a kid, I never read newspapers in the morning. Actually, it was just difficult for me to get up and go to school. And neither did I watch the news on the television. So obviously, I used to hear this a lot. Rhea, you don't know what happened today? You should have known this at least. And sometimes in a conversation, giving my opinion was difficult because I didn't have an opinion. I was okay with it. I didn't realize that not reading the newspaper could be something good until I started reading it before going to school. And after that, I soon understood that I was doing nothing wrong. People were just jealous because I was a happy kid. And since that day, nothing much has changed. I am still not a very well informed person, or maybe I am because I am not misinformed. Let me tell you why I think I am doing something right, and hear me till the end so that you don't misunderstand me. I was a very sensitive kid. Whenever I used to read or watch something disappointing, scary, sinful, it would affect me a lot. I wanted to remove all the crime from the world. I wanted to beat up all those inhumane people. Soon realizing it's not possible, even if it is, it would cost me a lot of sacrifices, and I was not ready for that. Basically, I understood that it's not as easy as it looks in Bollywood movies. So I felt powerless and helpless. And this is what I didn't like. My mom told me the right thing. She said that we should spend most of our time working on things in our range of control. So I did that. Reality is that bad things do happen in the world. It's very sad and disappointing. But this is also true that there is a lot to be happy about. There are a lot of good things happening every day. So I would not want someone from the news constantly remind me that look how bad some people can be, or look, there is so much violence, crime and terrorism in the world. I would watch that side of the world only if I would have the courage to change it. Otherwise, I don't think that I can help someone by just being highly aware of it. I told you there is a lot to be happy about. For that, I would recommend you to watch Some Good News by John Krasinski. It's a web series. It's not that I don't care about what's happening in the world or what happens in the world. It's just that I care too much. So I am just using my freedom to choose that what, when and how much I want to know about something. Before you consume any news, ask yourself first, can I make my life better by just knowing about it? If yes, then yes, you should know about it. If no, then I think you can avoid it. Second, can you make others' life better by knowing about this thing? If yes, then yes, you should know because we need more people like you. The world needs more people like you. But if no, then you are just staying updated and informed, nothing else. Now let's talk that how your body reacts to the news. And this time I can't say that dopamine and serotonin are released. Seriously speaking, a stress hormone is released which is called cortisol. And constantly watching those traumatic images, video clips and bold headlines can get our bodies into chronic stress. We slowly start to become pessimistic, feeling that the world is bad. And not only this, people can get sleep disorders, anxiety, concentration problems and low immunity levels. In fact, there can be increase in someone's personal worries also. I told you that stress hormone cortisol is released when you watch news that is stressful, loud, and disturbing. And listen, this is the same hormone which is released when you are yourself in a stressful situation. And the reason is that when your brain is performing this function of releasing the hormone, it can't really tell the difference that whether you are in danger or you are watching something dangerous. It performs its function of getting you ready to fight. Also, you should be aware that your body and mind can remain affected for hours after you turn off the news and put down the newspaper. Excessive consumption of news is not only when you are doing it continuously for hours, but also when you are doing it again and again every hour. Now, most of what you watch on the news is sensationalized, meaning the information is presented in such a way that is shocking and interesting so that your curiosity and interest can be increased. This is done because we are more likely to watch and share something which is dramatic, exaggerated, and something which makes us experience negative emotions like fear, anxiety. We rarely share something positive, and this is called the negativity bias. We can change it to a certain extent by sharing more of good and positive things with others. Another reason why I would stay away from the news on the television especially is that I don't want to see a panel of people yelling and fighting with each other in their debates. News channels know that you are more attracted towards the negative, sad, and disappointing news. That is why most of what they show is negative. It's like either they can increase the retention of people or they can start showing more of the positive news. Both can't happen at the same time. After I have said all this, I would agree that you can't and should not always close your eyes completely towards what's happening in the world. But since staying well informed has been taken too seriously by people that they have started consuming news day and night, I thought this video was necessary. Some practical steps that can be followed which can prevent the overconsumption of news are, except from the time right after you wake up and right before you go to bed, leaving these times, you can block a certain time, limited time for the news only. You can also listen to a reliable news podcast, and this way you don't need to get exposed to the visuals which can sometimes turn out to be disturbing. Subscribing to a newsletter and going through it within 10 minutes can be another way. You can listen to the news summary from your family or friends and they will tell you in a better way, I'm sure. I feel that consuming news with the intention of staying precautious and to a certain extent staying updated is okay, but to a certain extent. As is the case with COVID-19, keep yourself informed with the purpose of staying safe. I don't think we can help someone by checking the number of cases constantly. Instead, we can pray for the people suffering from it. These were my thoughts and ideas. Thanks a lot for joining. If you want to see me again, then subscribe and turn on the notifications. And if you don't want to see me, then you can listen to the audio. So in that case also subscribe and turn on the notifications. Seriously, one of my purposes is to just add value to your life. So help me do that and take care of your health. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.